Every hardship, every tear, and every moment of pain carries a divine purpose. In Islam, struggles aren't meaningless. They are signs that Allah has chosen you for something extraordinary. Behind every trial lies an opportunity to grow closer to Allah, to discover your inner strength, and to fulfill a mission only you can carry out. Today, we'll uncover 7 powerful lessons from the Quran and Sunnah that reveal how your pain might be the key to unlocking your true purpose and divine mission. Stay with us until the end, and let your heart find solace, strength, and clarity in Allah's infinite wisdom and mercy. 1. Pain is a test of faith. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 155, "And we will surely test you with fear, hunger, loss of wealth, lives, and fruits, but give glad tidings to the patient." This verse teaches us that the hardships we face in life, whether it's fear, hunger, the loss of wealth, the death of loved ones, or the disruption of our plans, are not punishments from Allah. Instead, these challenges are tests meant to help us grow spiritually and strengthen our relationship with Him. Every test we face is an opportunity to show our faith and reliance on Allah. These trials are tailored to us, and Allah knows we are capable of handling them even when we may feel overwhelmed. Hardships push us to seek patience, turn to Allah for support, and reflect on our inner strength. They remind us of the impermanence of worldly possessions and how our true peace comes from trusting in Allah's wisdom and mercy. If you're facing difficulties, know that they are meant to refine you, teach you valuable lessons, and bring you closer to Allah. With patience and perseverance, Allah promises rewards and blessings, both in this life and the hereafter. So, while pain may seem unbearable, it is a means of spiritual elevation and a reminder of the strength Allah has placed within us. 2. Hardship builds strength. Every prophet, including Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, endured immense struggles and trials that tested their patience and faith. Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam was betrayed by his own brothers, who were consumed by jealousy and hatred. They threw him into a well, abandoned him, and later sold him into slavery. Even after reaching Egypt, Yusuf alayhi salam faced further injustice when he was wrongfully accused of a crime and imprisoned. Despite these hardships, Allah had a greater plan for him, and in time He elevated Yusuf alayhi salam to a position of high power and influence, saving many lives during a time of famine. Similarly, the difficulties we experience in life are not meant to destroy us, but to purify and prepare us for something greater. Struggles and pain are a part of Allah's wisdom. Sometimes they help us grow in ways we cannot yet understand. Just as the hardships of the prophets were a means of developing their character, patience and reliance on Allah, the trials we face today serve to strengthen our hearts, deepen our faith, and increase our resilience. Every challenge we endure can teach us important lessons about perseverance, trust in Allah, and the power of hope. It is through these trials that we are shaped into stronger, more compassionate individuals. Trust in the fact that Allah is with you every step of the way, guiding you through the storm. Know that hardship is not a punishment, but a sign of Allah's trust in you, that He is preparing you for a greater purpose. Each trial you face is an opportunity to grow and move closer to the person Allah intends you to be. Keep your faith strong, for after the struggle comes ease, and with it, the strength to fulfill your higher purpose. 3. Pain brings you closer to Allah. When life is smooth and everything seems to be going well, it's easy to forget about Allah and take His blessings for granted. We might become too absorbed in our daily routine, comfort and success, and begin to drift away from the remembrance of Allah. In times of ease, we often become distracted by the pleasures of this world, feeling self-sufficient and forgetting that everything we have is a gift from Him. We may not turn to Allah as often, and our hearts can grow distant. However, when we face pain, loss, or hardship, it has a powerful way of bringing us back to Him. In these difficult times, our hearts become more receptive, and we realize how vulnerable and dependent we truly are. Pain reminds us of our limitations, making us more aware of our need for Allah's mercy, guidance, and support. During moments of hardship, our du'as, supplications, become more sincere and heartfelt. We are no longer reciting words out of routine, but we speak from the depths of our souls, seeking Allah's help with a pure, open heart. The struggles we face make us understand that we cannot overcome challenges alone. We need Allah's strength to carry us through. It is in these moments that we feel His closeness the most. Allah is always near, and He listens to every prayer, even the silent cries of our hearts. He is aware of our pain, our worries, and our fears, and He is always ready to comfort us when we turn to Him. Hardships are also reminders that this world is temporary and that our true home is in the hereafter. In times of pain, we can develop a deeper sense of gratitude for Allah's blessings and His infinite wisdom. Through our struggles, we learn patience, resilience, and the importance of relying on Allah alone. Every trial is an opportunity for spiritual growth, a chance to purify our hearts and to strengthen our connection with our Creator. Allah uses pain to draw us closer, reminding us that His plan is always for our ultimate good, even when we cannot see the wisdom behind the difficulty. When we endure pain with faith, we find that Allah's mercy envelops us, lifting us in ways we never imagined. His help might not come in the way we expect, but it always comes at the right time and often in the form of spiritual strength or inner peace. Through our pain, we realize that Allah's love and care for us are constant, and He never abandons us. Instead, He is teaching us valuable lessons, and each hardship serves as a means of purification, bringing us closer to Him. Ultimately, pain is a reminder that Allah is the one who has power over all things, and it is through turning to Him that we find true peace and solace. 4. Pain purifies your soul. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "No Muslim is afflicted with harm except that Allah removes sins as a tree sheds its leaves." This profound hadith reveals an essential aspect of the Islamic understanding of suffering, that every difficulty and pain a person experiences is not just an unfortunate event, but a divine mechanism for purification and spiritual growth. Whether the pain is physical, emotional, or mental, it serves a greater purpose in the life of a believer. Just like a tree sheds its leaves to make room for new ones, the struggles and hardships you face help cleanse your heart, removing accumulated sins, impurities, and spiritual distractions that separate you from Allah. When you endure suffering, whether it's the loss of a loved one, a personal failure, an illness, financial stress, or a difficult trial in your relationships, it's not just a random misfortune. Each hardship is a divine test and an opportunity for purification. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allows us to face difficulties as a means of drawing closer to Him and refining our character. Through patience and endurance during these trying times, the soul is gradually purified, just as gold is purified by being exposed to intense heat. The trials you face in life are not punishment. They are acts of mercy, allowing you to shed the spiritual burdens that hinder your path to closeness with Allah. The Prophet's words also remind us that pain can be a means of forgiveness. Every hardship, no matter how small or great, wipes away some of the sins a person has accumulated. Just as a tree loses its leaves to prepare for a new season of growth, our hardships remove our past mistakes and enable us to begin anew. This process is not limited to large-scale tragedies or major suffering. Even the small difficulties we face in daily life play a role in this cleansing. When we experience pain and respond with patience, trust in Allah's plan, and seek His forgiveness, we earn rewards and our hearts are purified. Allah promises that no difficulty is wasted. Every challenge brings us closer to His mercy and the hope of spiritual renewal. Pain also serves as a reminder of the fleeting nature of this world and the eternal rewards awaiting the believer in the hereafter. Life's struggles humble us, making us more aware of our dependence on Allah and less attached to the transient pleasures of this world. By enduring pain with patience and gratitude, we learn to prioritize our connection with Allah and seek His pleasure above all else. The experience of hardship is a call to renew our faith, strengthen our resolve, and reorient ourselves towards the path of righteousness. Pain teaches us essential virtues like empathy and compassion. As we experience our own suffering, we become more attuned to the struggles of others. The trials we face help soften our hearts, making us more understanding and kind towards those who are also enduring pain. This deepened sense of compassion becomes a way to earn Allah's reward, as caring for and helping others through their suffering is a key part of being a righteous believer. Every moment of suffering is an opportunity to strengthen our relationship with Allah. In times of pain, we turn to Him for comfort, guidance, and relief, and this deepens our connection with our Creator. Through prayer, supplication, and seeking refuge in Allah, our hearts become more attuned to His presence, and we are reminded that Allah's mercy is greater than any pain. It is in these moments of vulnerability that we are most likely to experience the closeness of Allah, for He is always near to those who call upon Him in their times of need. In the end, the pain we experience in this life is never in vain. It serves to purify our hearts, remove our sins, and bring us closer to Allah's mercy. It's through these trials that we are reminded of the transient nature of this world and the eternal rewards that await us in the hereafter. By enduring hardship with patience, trust, and faith, we not only cleanse our souls, but also earn rewards that far outweigh the struggles we face. Pain, when faced with faith and gratitude, transforms into a means of spiritual elevation and a way to achieve closeness to Allah. 5. Allah has a bigger plan. As human beings, we often find ourselves questioning the challenges and struggles that life presents. It's natural to wonder why things are happening to us, or why certain events unfold in ways we can't understand. During difficult times, we may feel helpless or confused, unable to see the bigger picture. However, it's essential to remember that we only see a small part of the whole story. Our perspective is limited by our circumstances, emotions, and understanding of the world. We don't always know what lies ahead or how the pieces of our lives will eventually come together. But Allah, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, sees everything. He knows the past, present, and future, and His knowledge is infinite. Allah's plan for each of us is much greater than anything we can imagine. While we might see only a single moment or a specific trial, Allah sees the entire journey of our lives, from start to finish. His wisdom far surpasses ours, and He designs everything with a purpose. Sometimes the difficulties and hardships we face in life are part of a larger plan that we are unable to comprehend at the moment. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly what we need and when we need it. Even if things seem unfair or overwhelming now, there's a reason for everything, and in time we may come to realize that these challenges were necessary steps in our growth. Trusting in Allah's plan requires faith. Faith that He knows what is best for us, even when it doesn't seem clear. The struggles we experience may be the very things that shape us into better people. For example, the pain we endure may build our resilience, and the moments of hardship may teach us valuable lessons about patience, gratitude, and perseverance. Often, the most difficult moments in life lead to the greatest blessings. We may not understand this at first, but with time, Allah's plan becomes more apparent, and we can look back and see how everything, no matter how painful at the time, had a purpose. It's also important to remember that Allah's timing is perfect. He doesn't act out of haste or randomness, and His decisions are made with perfect wisdom and mercy. When we experience setbacks or things don't go as we hoped, we may feel discouraged. But Allah's plan for us is always better than what we could have planned for ourselves. Sometimes, what feels like a missed opportunity is actually a redirection towards something far greater. What we desire might not be what we need in the long run, and Allah, in His infinite kindness, redirects us toward what is best. In those moments when we feel lost or uncertain, we must remind ourselves that trusting in Allah's plan is a form of surrender and peace. When we let go of our need to control every outcome and trust that Allah has a greater plan for us, we allow ourselves to find comfort in His wisdom. His love for us is boundless, and every decision He makes is guided by His perfect knowledge of what's best for us. Even in our darkest times, we can take solace in knowing that Allah is always with us, guiding us, and that He is always leading us to something better than we could have imagined. Every experience, no matter how difficult, is part of a divine plan that will, inshallah, lead to a brighter future. 6. Patience is the key to success. Prophet Ayub, alayhi salam, is revered in Islamic tradition as a shining example of patience and perseverance in the face of extreme adversity. His story is one of profound hardship and unwavering faith. Allah tested Prophet Ayub with the loss of all his wealth, the death of his children, and a debilitating illness that left his body covered in painful sores. For years, he endured the physical and emotional toll of his suffering, which not only affected him personally, but also caused him to be isolated from society. His illness was so severe that people began to abandon him, leaving him with only his wife for support. Despite all of this, Prophet Ayub, alayhi salam, never complained or lost his faith. Instead, he remained patient, constantly turning to Allah, saying, "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Quran 21:83. The key lesson from Prophet Ayub's life is that patience is not just about enduring pain or hardship passively, but about maintaining a strong connection with Allah during times of trial. His unwavering patience was rooted in his deep trust in Allah's plan and wisdom. He never questioned why he was being tested, nor did he ask for his suffering to end until Allah willed it. He understood that every trial was a means of purification, an opportunity for spiritual growth, and a test of his commitment to Allah. Despite the severe challenges, Prophet Ayub remained humble and thankful, continuously praying and asking Allah for mercy and help. He never lost his sense of hope, even when his situation seemed hopeless. The story of Prophet Ayub also teaches us the importance of perseverance and gratitude. Even when surrounded by pain and loss, he expressed his gratitude to Allah and acknowledged His mercy. In a time when many might have fallen into despair, Prophet Ayub stood firm in his faith, setting an example for all of us to follow. He did not allow the hardship to turn him away from Allah, but instead used it as an opportunity to strengthen his relationship with the Creator. After years of patience, Allah eventually rewarded Prophet Ayub for his steadfastness. Allah commanded him to strike the ground with his foot, and from that moment, a spring of healing water gushed forth, which Prophet Ayub used to bathe and heal from his illness. Allah also restored his wealth, blessed him with new children, and gave him a position of honor. This final reward was not just a return to his previous state, but an increase in blessings and goodness, further proof of Allah's mercy and the ultimate success that comes to those who are patient and trust in His divine plan. The story of Prophet Ayub serves as a timeless reminder that true success is not measured by material wealth, health, or the absence of trials, but by the strength of one's faith and patience in the face of adversity. Success belongs to those who endure trials with patience, understanding that every test from Allah has a purpose. It teaches us that Allah's wisdom is far beyond our understanding, and that through patience we can draw closer to Him. Prophet Ayub's life encourages us to maintain hope in Allah's mercy, to trust that every difficulty we face has a greater purpose, and that the reward for those who are patient is immeasurable, both in this world and in the hereafter. Through his example, we learn that the path to true success is paved with patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith in Allah. 7. Your reward is beyond imagination. In Surah Az-Zumar, verse 10, Allah says, "Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without account." This profound verse emphasizes the boundless and unimaginable reward Allah promises to those who demonstrate patience in the face of life's trials. It serves as a reminder that for every moment of hardship, every tear, every frustration, and every difficulty that demands patience, Allah will repay His servants with a reward that goes far beyond what we could ever expect or imagine. Patience in this context is not simply about enduring suffering or waiting for difficult times to pass. It is about how one responds to trials with unwavering faith, remaining steadfast in one's trust in Allah's wisdom and mercy. The patient person does not give in to despair, anger, or hopelessness, even in the most testing circumstances. Rather, they respond with gratitude, remembering that Allah is always in control and that every hardship is part of a divine plan that leads to spiritual growth. Patience, therefore, is a means of refining one's character, increasing one's closeness to Allah, and earning His pleasure. In Islam, patience is not just a passive endurance, but an active demonstration of faith. It requires a person to remain connected to Allah through prayer, supplication, and trust, even when faced with adversity. Patience is about resisting the urge to complain or act impulsively, and instead, it involves taking a deep breath and submitting to the will of Allah. It means enduring difficulties with a heart that remains hopeful, believing that every hardship is a test that will eventually lead to a greater reward. Allah's promise in this verse that the reward for patience will be without account is a powerful and comforting one. It indicates that the reward for patience is limitless. There are no boundaries to the kindness and blessings that Allah will bestow upon those who remain patient. The term "without account" signifies that Allah's reward for patience cannot be measured in terms of earthly standards or quantities. It is beyond the human ability to quantify or understand. Whatever the trials a person faces, Allah will reward them in ways that surpass human comprehension, offering a prize so magnificent that it cannot be compared to anything in this world. This reward is not confined to worldly pleasures, but includes eternal rewards that far exceed anything we can imagine. In Jannah, paradise, the rewards for patience will be so extraordinary that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart can conceive of their magnificence. The person who has endured hardships with patience will be rewarded with eternal peace, comfort, and closeness to Allah. They will be surrounded by gardens beneath which rivers flow, with beautiful mansions, and enjoy endless blessings that far exceed any happiness experienced in this life. The physical and spiritual pleasures of Jannah will be eternal, and the pain and struggles of the world will be a distant memory. Every act of patience will be rewarded. This includes not only enduring the major hardships in life, but also the small daily moments where one chooses to be patient rather than react in anger or frustration. For example, patiently dealing with difficult people, enduring minor inconveniences, or controlling one's emotions in a challenging situation. Each of these moments is recognized by Allah and rewarded. The small acts of patience, even when unnoticed by others, will be compensated by Allah in ways that far surpass any earthly recognition. This shows that patience is not just about enduring great suffering, but also about managing the smaller trials of daily life with grace and faith. The verse also highlights the timeless nature of the reward. While the hardships of life are temporary, the reward for patience is eternal. The comfort, peace, and joy of Jannah are everlasting. No matter how difficult life may seem at times, the reward for patience will last forever, making every moment of endurance worth the effort. The trials of this world, no matter how severe, will eventually pass, but the reward in the hereafter will be everlasting and beyond imagination. The greatest reward for patience is the closeness to Allah. Those who remain patient with faith are promised a special place near to Allah in the hereafter. This closeness is a reward in itself, for nothing can be more valuable than being in the presence of the Creator. The ultimate reward is not just the pleasures of Jannah, but the opportunity to enjoy the company of Allah, to feel His mercy and love, and to be in a state of eternal peace and happiness. This verse is a reminder for us to remain patient, no matter what challenges we face in life. It teaches us that patience is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and faith. When we are patient, we are not merely enduring, we are building a strong connection with Allah, growing spiritually, and earning rewards that far exceed anything we can imagine. Patience is a key to unlocking the treasures of Jannah, and Allah's promise to reward those who are patient with an account beyond measure is a source of hope and motivation for every believer. Your pain is not a punishment, it's a sign of purpose. Allah sees your struggle, hears your du'as, and knows your heart. Every challenge you face is a part of the divine plan, and through it all, He is with you, guiding you towards a greater wisdom. Stay firm, have faith, and remember, the one who brought you to this test will guide you through it, just as He guided the prophets before us. If this message resonated with you and brought you comfort, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom of the Prophets. We're here to share the timeless lessons of the prophets, empowering you to navigate life with patience, faith, and hope. May Allah ease your hardships, grant you strength, and fill your heart with peace. Ameen. Until next time, stay strong and trust in His plan.